Welcome back. Today's topic is power exchange. In the last video lecture, we have discussed about the different types of market structures, the role of independent system operator, and we have also discussed about what actually a power exchange is. In today's video lecture, we will be discussing about the different participants who will be there in the power exchange, and we will also discuss about the role of power exchange in restructured power systems. The contents which will be discussed in today's topic is about the power exchange, and we will also discuss about the participants in power exchange, the functions of power exchange, and we will also discuss about what market clearing price is and how it will be determined. Having said this, I will start with the current scenario. So far in the current scenario, we have been seeing that the short-term and the long-term financial settlements, they have been carried out in bilateral forms in the electricity industry. Even in our country and in our state also, we have been following the bilateral transactions from very long ago, where the DISCOMs, they will be having a direct agreement with the GENCOs, and these agreements, bilateral transactions, they will be for very long time, most probably years and decades like that. So the entire electricity market, even in our country, used to be in the form of bilateral transactions, where the contracted parties, let us suppose in this case the DISCOMs and the GENCOs, they will agree individually for certain terms. So on what terms they will be agree? One thing is at what price the electricity will be traded, how much electricity will be traded, and at what quality. So the three major components about the three major components where the terms will be done will be: one is price of electricity, the other one is availability of electricity, and the third one is the quality of electricity. So based upon these things, we used to have all these concepts called as bilateral transactions. But after the introduction of this pool market in certain countries, which was suggested by the restructure, the academicians and also the scientists, the engineers, they proposed this concept of pool, where everything will be traded in the pool itself. The energy will be traded in the pool. So the buyers, all the buyers, they will be selling their energy in pool, whereas both the buyers and sellers, they will be trading their energy in the pool, which means the buyers, they will get the energy, and the sellers also, they will sell the energy in the pool itself. And this will be happening in a very competitive manner. And this particular pool is termed as power exchange. Sometimes it is also called as spot price pool, often referred to as PX. And what is the advantage of PX? See, in pool market or in a power exchange, it allows different participants to sell and buy energy and also other services, whatever services which you want, that also can be provided. And they will be provided in a very competitive fashion. Everybody will get a very competitive price based upon the market demand. So based upon the quantity, bids and prices, so this will give you the volume of electricity which is available on that day. So based upon that, it reflects a true competition in the markets. That is the advantage of power exchange. So we will look back at what are the different participants in PX. As already I said, a power exchange is a centralized pool where normally the GENCOs will be there and there will be DISCOMs. This is the broad scenario where these people, they will be selling their energy, and these people, they will be buying their energy. So not only these utilities, if I call them as utilities, okay, not only these utilities, there are other participants also which you normally find in power exchange. Some of those participants are power marketers, brokers, load aggregators, retailers, large industrial customers, and co-generators. Now we will discuss about each one of them in detail. The first one is the power marketer. Who is a power marketer? So let us suppose there is a pool market where a Genco is there. Gencos all they will be Genco 1, Genco 2. These people they will be trading their electricity in the pool. They will be selling their electricity in the pool by offering some sort of bid. Now let us suppose if I am a new entrant, let us suppose if I am PNR, I am a new entrant, I don't know about this mechanism and I am so busy that I can't spend time to participate in the pool. So what I will do is nothing but I will employ some other person, some X person. So who will market my power on my behalf? So this person who is marketing power on my behalf is called as a power marketer. He is my agent for generation facility and he markets power on behalf of the generators. In this case, he is marketing power on behalf of me. So apart from marketing power, he may also arrange transmission facilities and ancillary facilities also. So he will arrange these things also. And he is an intermediary between the buyer and the seller. Let us suppose in a pool market I can find this guy. So this guy is acting as an intermediary between the buyer and the seller. Literally speaking, here in the case of a pool, between the pool and seller, he is an intermediary. So what is the advantage of this one? Let us suppose if this guy is directly contacting, let us suppose seller. If it is an open access market. In open access market also with sort of power marketers where these guys are just like an intermediary between I'm a seller here and this is a buyer. So he is acting on my behalf. Either he will sell it in the pool or he will sell directly to the buyer. So when he is trying to access the buyer, he may go through some sort of mechanism, what we call it as a talks, such that the buyer may get a reduced price or I may get a better price. So he is just like a marketer for me who is helping me to sell out my electricity. That is the job of this guy, power marketer. The other person who does the same job, a similar job, is called as a broker. He is basically he does a job for all other entities other than a seller. So what he does is nothing but if anybody is coming on this guy behalf, then he is called as a broker. Just as we commonly call them as brokers, these people are agents for different entities. What they do negotiations, right? Here in this case, what are the negotiations? Negotiations are nothing but the contracts for purchasing or buying of electricity and any other services, ancillary services. So brokers basically they negotiate the contracts. They just negotiate the contracts. They don't own any generation facilities. They don't own any transmission facilities. They don't take any ownership of anything. What they do is nothing but they'll just sit, they will negotiate, they will help in negotiations. So these people are called as brokers. And there is another entity, another participator called as a co-generator. A co-generator basically it is also a generation unit but not a directly generation unit. He produces electricity and another form of useful thermal energy, which is generally used for industrial commercial heating or cooling purposes like that. So apart from electricity, he offers other forms of energy also. These people are often referred to as co-generator. The primary market will be this one, not this one. So that's why they will be calling as co-generators. So now we have seen power marketer, broker and co-generator, and we will see the other people also who work from the customer point of view. One is load aggregator. Load aggregator, let us suppose there is a pool and there are buyers here, B1, B2, B3, and these are very large people. And let us suppose normally what happens is nothing but we do expect a discount where it directly buys the power from the pool and it provides power to these guys. Now let us suppose there are some people B4, B5, B6. These people are very small, they do require very small volume of electricity, so they may not get any competitive price. In that case what happens is nothing but these people they will appoint one person who works on their behalf, and this guy is called as a LA, or we call them as load aggregators. He combines the loads of multiple end use customers and facilitates a sale or purchase of electrical energy, transmission and other services on behalf of these customers. So what he does is nothing but he negotiates the contract terms with either DISCOMs, or if let us suppose if there is one more level here, retailers what we call them. So he negotiates a trade between these guys and this end use customers. So he is called as a load aggregator. He is just like a leader for small people. The other one is a retailers. This is just like our commodity market where you will be having a wholesale market and then again a retail market, and then again we purchase from the retail market. Normally in our state where we see we do have DISCOMs who directly deliver the power to every customer, right? For every customer DISCOMs only. Let us suppose there is one more level here, what we call it as a retailer, where the retailer purchases the power from the DISCOMs and then offers us. So it is just like a small type of DISCO. So he is an electric service provider, he can be a load aggregator, he can be a broker, he can be a power marketer who enters into a direct access transaction with the end use customer. So he competes on the basis of price and services to reach and sell only electricity, or he may offer other services also in combination with them. Okay. Now, there is another participant who is there in this market, who we call them as large industrial customer. These large industrial customer, they will directly purchase from the pool rather than going with this DISCO or retailer. What they will do is nothing but they will directly, they have that capability of extracting large volume at a competitive price, they can directly go to the pool and they can purchase. These people are called as large industrial customers. Having said this, now we will have a quick look about the functions of PX. As already said, PX is a independent, non-government, non-profit entity. Try to remember, independent, non-government, non-profit entity. And what it does, it accepts schedules from the loads and generation resources. And after accepting the schedules, what we call them as bids. It provides a competitive marketplace by running an electronic auction. So all these things will be in the auction, where the market participants can buy or sell the electricity very quickly and also very easily and very transparently, strictly speaking. So after collecting the bids in the electronic auction market, it establishes an MCP for each hour of the following day. Normally for each slot, it is not hour, for each slot of the following day for trades between buyers and the sellers. So all these things will be done through electronic auction where everybody supplies a bid, and then those will be shortlisted and MCP will be determined. Once MCPs are determined, what it does, it finally goes through the settlement and credit arrangements also. So first day, let us suppose 17th, I am going for delivery. So 16th, I will be collecting the bids. 17th will be delivery, and after 17th, let us suppose 18th, I will be going with settlements. So whatever the power has been delivered, I'll count that and I'll do the financial transactions for this delivered power. So manages the settlements and credit arrangements for scheduling and balancing of loads or generation resources. And as already told, PX promises an equal and non-discriminatory access and competitive opportunity to all the participants. This is one of the most important lines. Equal, non-discriminatory access and competitive opportunity. So the key points, a quick review. PX is a new independent, non-government, non-profit entity, and PX never deal with small customers, and it manages the settlement and credit arrangements also, and it guarantees equal and non-discriminatory access and competitive opportunity for all the participants. And the PX basically includes different types of markets. The commonly employed markets are day-ahead market and hour-ahead markets. This is it for today. I hope now you have understood. So the conclusion is that the participants can enter the PX for getting a very competitive price. So any complexities of arranging generation, transmission and energy purchase, they will be eliminated. So any participant, he can directly enter the market and he can achieve and he can get the electricity at a very competitive price. That's it. So now I hope that you are able to understand the concept of PX, and you are able to analyze the role of PX in restructured power systems. So the question is very simple. What do you understand by power exchange or spot price pool? And what is the role of PX in restructured power markets? And you are supposed to explain it in a very brief way for 6 marks. Thank you. Yeah, this is one more question where I'll be asking to identify different types of participants. This I have already uploaded in your course. You can go through that one. Thank you.